Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the pickiest gamer on the internet, NickPick, and today we will be trying to figure out exactly what will happen in Chapter 5 based on what we already know from the previous chapters. Before this video gets started, I would like to remind you that if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe today, and don't forget to push that bell to get all the notifications when I upload new content. Without further ado, let's get started.
Alright, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Let me just say before we start how amazing Chapter 4 was. Can we all agree on that? I have to say, this is in my opinion the biggest chapter in terms of lore and content. Claps to you, Meatly. You did it. You made an amazing chapter that isn't too long. But back on topic, Chapter 4 gives us the most in terms of what we should expect in Chapter 5. Because, spoilers, too many spoilers for Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4. If you do not want to be spoiled, play the chapter, or else. In 3, 2, 1. Alice Angel is finally silenced by another Alice and Boris. Now, if you were like me, when you saw that for the first time, your mouth dropped down the stairs. But yes, it is very clear that there can be alternate versions of different characters in the game. I mean, we already saw this with Boris in Chapter 3. Also, press F to pay respects in the comments. One F saves a Boris every day. So it's no mystery that there would be both another Alice and Boris, both as far as we know are friendly. But understand what might happen next in Chapter 5, we must first find out who are these new additions to the cast. We already know that Alice is supposedly Susie, so that immediately, through the process of elimination, would lead that the new Alice is Allison, the new voice actor for Alice Angel that replaced Susie. At first, we believed that both Susie and Allison both shared personalities in Alice Angel. But now, since there are two Alices, we can assume that the other one is the other actress for Alice, Allison. So that pretty much narrows down the Alice Angel, the new one. So who's Boris, though? That one's a little more tricky than Alice, because as far as we know, Boris does not have an actor. I mean, as far as we know through the shorts, he is just a mute. What can we go on based on that? We don't have any proof as to who Boris could be. We actually do. In the beginning of Chapter 1, we find a dead Boris with a wrench inside his chest. Seems harmless and just a coincidence until in Chapter 3, we find that Boris, that we all know and love and we would love to take home with us, knows his way inside the ducts, and possibly has a thing for electronics as well. So it is safe to assume that all the Borises and Bendy and the Ink Machine in the facility have a knack for building things. So what does this have to do with who Boris is? Well, it's actually very simple than that. If we can confirm that all the Borises in the facility are electricians in some way, shape, or form, then we must ask ourselves who is the most well-known electrician we know. The answer is Wally Franks. That's right, this guy.
I tell ya, if these guys don't start realizing who the real genius is, I'm out of here.
There is just no other guy that can fill the shoes other than Mr. Wally Franks himself. I mean, in Sammy's office in Chapter 2, we see a blueprint for the ink machine itself, and the one in charge of building it is Wally Franks. But now we know who the two members of our party are. Now we must assume that what happens next. In Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, for a brief moment of these chapters, there are moments where you can see the ink machine being lowered deeper, deeper, and deeper into the facility. So what I believe is going to happen in Chapter 5 is with our new friends, we are going to venture even deeper into the facility to try and find the ink machine and shut it down once and for all. Of course, Bendy, aka Joey Drew, is not going to let you turn off the machine on his watch, so it's safe to assume that Bendy will once again be the main threat of this chapter. Although Bendy did once save us from Norman in chapter 4, he only did that so that we can bring down Alice ourselves, so it's safe to assume that now Bendy doesn't have use for us anymore and is willing to take us out if need be. So in conclusion, I believe that in shutting down the machine, you will free everyone from their inky prison, as Sammy once stated before, and they will be able to walk the earth free again. So that is what I think is going to happen in chapter 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.